Hi everyone, my name's Gareth from Car Daws in Taunton, Somerset. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining, hence the sunglasses. So today I'm going to show you around the Volkswagen Passat Highline 2005 1.9 TDI PD130 that's come in part exchange. We're going to start by showing you around the vehicle on the exterior. We're going to then follow that up with an interior review. We're then going to we're going to go for a test drive. We'll have a look under the bonnet, and then finally we're going to go through the paperwork. Let's kick it off. Right, so the Passat came to us from a customer who part exchanged it against a commercial vehicle, a van. And just to be clear, this car is being sold on the marketplace. It is being sold as a trade clearance car with all known and unknown faults. So let's start by looking around the exterior of the vehicle. Right, let's start at the front of the car then. So let's go through some of the blemishes on the vehicle. We're on the driver's side, what is known as the offside front. We have a number plate that's been discoloured. We have various stone chips around here. We have a scuff on the front bumper corner. We have corrosion on this wheel arch, which is here. We have, going on to the driver's door, regularly, it's actually in surprisingly good order. A couple of marks here and very light marks around here, here and here. Coming to the rear passenger door, there is a mark down here, and then we go into the rear arch, which is in good order but a little bit bubbling just there, which you can see. Is that mud? Yeah, that's mud. Right, so a little bit of bubbling there. Right, the driver's side offside corner, as you probably expect with this rear bumper, there are minor marks here, 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 where the toe hitch is. We've got some more wear here, some paint missing off the top of the bumper on the loading area. Another mark just there. And we go on to the passenger side rear arch. There is some light, I don't know if you can see it with the camera, like branch scratches. You'll probably find this all down the near side actually as I'm looking down. Branch scratches throughout. And there is a little ding here, and trying to get it on the camera. Right, going down to the near side passenger door. Again, branch marks and scratches, as you can see throughout. And down the passenger near side front door, also a little bit of wear here. And then the driver's side near side arch, a little bit corrosion coming through here, and some wear down there. Onto the bonnet. Bonnet's in good order actually. Expect to find some stone chips at the front here. The front of the bumper, the stone chips continue down. There's a few stone chips, not as many as I was expecting considering the mileage the car's done. Yeah, so just to recap, this has done 215,000 miles, I believe. We'll double check that one on the interior, but it's high mileage. It is a high mileage vehicle. There's a good amount of service history with it. The windscreen on this car is brand spanking new. So when it got traded in, I replaced the windscreen because there was a crack going up here. So that's been completed. Up here, tiny little bits of corrosion on the top. The roof line, the roof is actually in really good order. And so are the bars, both sides. Saying that, I've just noticed on the passenger side, if I can zoom in, sorry, driver's side, there's a little bit there. All right, I don't know if that can be cleaned off, but there is a mark there. Let's go around the glass. So as we're on the passenger side, I've wound the window down there, but that window's fine. Passenger side, rear window fine. Passenger side, rear quarter, absolutely fine. Rear glass, good. Wiper blade, broken. Driver's side, rear quarter, good. Driver's side, rear passenger, good. Some corrosion here. And the driver's side window is also good. Your wing mirrors, driver's side wing mirror, good. This has faded. And then if we go to the passenger side wing mirror, that has got branch marks on it and wear down here. Right, so let's have a look at the interior of the Passat. A huge cargo area in the boot, I'm sure you're aware on the Passats. And this vehicle, this customer has had dogs. So there is dog hair in the rear boot tray. We'll need some extremely good, competent valeting. Power sockets in the back, haven't tested those, don't know if that works. And the rear partial shelf comes back. He's trying to do this one-handed, right? Yeah, so rear partial shelf, which gives you plenty of cover and plenty of loading area for the rear. Right, rear passenger rear seats, full leather in this car. And given the age and the mileage, I think they've stood up really well. We have centre armrest. What's in here? Nope, just dirt. And again, like I said, a real competent valeter will be able to get that sorted for you. The carpets, they're worn, but these ones are not heavily soiled. And yeah, absolutely superb. And will the rear? No, so the ashtray doesn't work in the rear. That cigarette lighter there. Don't know if that auxiliary point works either. And does it have? No, that's why it might have cup holders there. Right, we'll test all the windows and everything in a second. Just to show you through that. Common fault with these cars. Driver's seat, passenger seat, come back around the dashboard area. The carpets in the front, got wear here and wear at the bottom. There is a lingering, the only smell, I'll talk to you about it on the driveway, is through the dogs. It's had a hoover out, it's a lot better than it was. But I think all these carpets need to be washed, so please bear that in mind. Going over here, full electric windows, electric wing mirrors, boot release. Does the boot release work? Doesn't appear to. Petrol release works, but boot release works off the handle. We go underneath here, everything fine, bit dirty, but everything fine. Go around the other side, make sure I haven't missed anything there. If we come back over to the passenger side, so we've got the leather seats here, this carpet down here, yeah, a bit soiled, we'll need a professional clean. Notice the gaiter on the leather knob, worn here. Plastics in the centre though, seem to be holding up really well, really well. And we've got a glove box, screw here, oh, and there's some hair in there, so that needs cleaning out. Right. Go over to the driver's side, so passenger side rear. Again, base looks really good. Leather seats are really nice and soft and comfortable, so that's all good, which is great news. Interior light at the top's working, and So both sides. Yep, all 4 interior lighting's working. Highline model, you get your leather interior, you got your climate control, but we'll chat about that on the road. And finally, while I'm just looking at it, let's have a look at these wheels. So, near side, passenger side, rear wheels. There's some damage at the top, just here. Go onto the near side front wheel. And some damage here. Let's go onto the near side driver side front. Yeah, that looks okay. And then the driver's side rear. And there's some wear here, all the way here and here. Tyres. Let's have a look. Rear, driver's side, good. Let's do rears and front. Rear passenger. Good, I would say they both got between 5 and 6 mil. Passenger side front. Again, very good. Again, I would presume estimate 5 to 6 mil. And driver's side front. Again, good there. So again, 5 6. So you're looking at 5 6 mil on all 4 tyres. Front headlamps, and bearing in mind the vehicle hasn't got an MOT, they will need a good polish off with some cutting compound, and they will polish up nice and new for somebody. I'd like to give that a go. That won't be otherwise you might find that's an advisory on the MOT. Right, I'm inside the car. It would be a great idea to show you around some functionality so you can see what works and doesn't work and everything like that. So we have a look here at the, it's not 520, it's actually 220. So here's the binnacle. Let's start with the binnacle. 213,461 miles. And we've got the airbag warning light on here, which as per in the advert, the vehicle does not have an MOT. And it's coming back on trade plates, hence the reason I've pulled over on the side of the road to show you. We've got full electric windows, as I mentioned in the interior shots, but let's just have a look at the windows, make sure they're all working. Passenger side front, passenger side rear, driver side front, driver side rear, passenger side rear, all 4 seem to be working. Right, let's have a look at the functionality of electric wind mirrors. Oh, wrong way. Working. Good news. Interior heated seats. I'll put them on now and I'll come back to them to make sure we can all see whether or not they're working. Stereo. We have no stereo. If I point it in and hold it, oh, we do have stereo.
In 1981, they released their first self-titled debut record. Can you believe it? This is...
Turn that off. Front loading 6 CD changer. Appears to be no CDs in here, no lights on. And we got climate control down here. I remember these from the Mark III Golf. I had a winter pack Mark III Golf VR6. It was fantastic. Shouldn't have sold it, but did. Let's pop it up. We're at, make sure all the fans work. That's air coming straight to me. Let's get down low. Yeah, low. Oh, surprisingly, good news. We've got, seem to have, I would say, very moderately cool air conditioning, which is great news. It's not ice, so probably need a recharge, but at least we know the system seems to be attempting to work, which is great news. And then we look at we'll change the direction of the air. down. Yep, the direction air down is working, and we'll go up to the screen. Yep, that's working, so air directions are working. Rear glass is actually not cracked for the rear view mirror. Now, I mentioned to you about the heated seats, so I can tell you right now, I'm getting nice and toasty on my derriere in the driver's seat. On the passenger seat, yep. At the front, I'm feeling the heat coming through, and the back, I'm feeling the heat coming through. So they're both heated seats are working. Great. Indicators appear on the dashboard working. Lights appear to be working. Functionality appears to be working there. We've got trip computer information as I scroll through on the end. 160 miles to empty. That seems to be working fine. We can adjust the speed of the wipers at the front, which if we do, we can go up. That seems to be working absolutely fantastic. Lights are down here, level of light here. So yeah, everything, hang on, the hazards. I mean, I can't do two things at once and show you outside, and the ESP buttons here. ESP off, ESP on. And that hasn't stayed on, that's good news. Right, so we've done, let's get that out, let's turn this off. So we've done, just to recap, we've done exterior shots, exterior explanation, interior explanation, functionality of the interior. Actually, we haven't done door locks. Where did I put the key? Let's get the key and I'll test the door locks. Right, door locks. One key with the car, locked. Let's see if we got driver's side, passenger. Ooh. Double click. Driver's side passenger, no. So we've got driver's lock works, driver's side rear doesn't work. Lock. Passenger side rear works. Passenger front doesn't work. Oh, so we've got a couple of door locks that need some attention. A bit disappointed by that, to be truthful, but they do, so that's something to bear in mind. Right, let's I think so, yeah, so let's go and have a drive, and I can explain to everything through the drive that I find. I am human, guys. I'll do the best to convey everything I can. If I miss something, my deepest apologies. But like we said, the car is sold with all known and unknown faults on the marketplace. Thank you. On the road test is a little bit later in the day, as we're on our way to the garage, and it's now 25 to 4. The sun's coming down, and we're on the Wellington Road out of Taunton, so this will give us a good opportunity to test the vehicle, its operational features, and see if there's any other areas of concern or what it is really good at. Now, the first thing I'll say is the gearbox and the gear change is absolutely fantastic. Weighted, clutch bite point is mega. It's exactly where you want it to be. I put the, just for your reference, I put the seat down here. That's why there's no seat in front of you, just so the camera can shine through and you can witness everything that I'm doing in the car. Yeah. However, yeah, no, all good on the gearbox and the clutch. There's no nasty noises or knocks coming from the clutch or the gearbox. The steering, right, if we put it dead center here, the steering is slightly off center. Probably by about 1 or 2 degrees. I'm bearing right here. We'll get a better indication of the road. But yeah, that's centre and it's veering slightly to the left. So this is a part exchange, folks. So this is not going through any. This is not going to be gone as a full appraisal, because with respect, there's just no financial business reason to do that. This is being offered to you on the marketplace as an opportunity to buy the vehicle at a low cost and go from there. Early impressions though, the engine is absolutely fantastic. Seems really good. I've driven a lot of these 1.9 diesel engines, PD130 engines, and the reality is you can usually tell quite quickly, oh yeah, pickup is really good. Pickup is really good from the turbo. Come back down, roll it, I'm off throttle, someone's coming up behind me, so look. So we, there you go, kicks in nicely. That's very good. Well, so far so good, right? Now we can turn the steering. The car's responsive. Oh no, you wouldn't believe it's done 213,000 miles. We've got a 5-speed box in here. There's no warning lights on the dashboard like engine wise. We've just got that airbag light that I referred to earlier on. I went through the controls of the car, sorry, what's the controls? I went through all the features in a previous scene. But I'm now in 5th at 1500 RPM, and the car pulls and pulls. There seems to be a good level of torque there as well. I'll take a left in a minute after the World's End pub, and we've got the opportunity, hopefully, to build up a little bit of speed. Let's not do this. I was going to test the horn there, but there's loads of traffic. I don't want to cause an accident. We'll also be able to test the brakes as well, which I'll do in a moment. So we're turning right, and this will be left hand down. Does everything as you expect it to do. So we're in 3rd, someone behind me. National speed limit, let's see. Yeah. We're at 60 already, so no one's behind, but let's make a little bit of a gap and then hit the brakes. Okay, so the brakes are a bit spongy. They do bite. There's a little bit of, they're a bit spongy. In fact, they're very spongy. They don't appear hard, they do appear spongy. Yet there's no juddering under braking. So there might be cause for brake fluid change. Further investigation down that route. Yeah, brakes are spongy. There's a car park at the end of here at the village hall. We'll be able to do a U-turn and test out the reversing. That was 800 RPM. But yeah, at 4th, 1200 RPM. Talk. No, I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Left, turn in. I don't know if you can see, but it's beautiful Somerset. Well, I put it in reverse, and we've got parking sensors on the back. I didn't spot that before. This proves, doesn't it? Right hand down. It's not hit the discovery. Do these parking sensors work? Well, first and foremost, the reverse works. The answer is no, the parking sensors aren't working. I'm just going to get out a moment and check that because I didn't spot them on the back. Nope, just had a senior moment. There are parking sensors on the rear, they're on the lower black trim. And evidently 2 of them are scrubbed over, so evidently they're not working as well. Something to bear in mind. Do the horn. Horn works, great. Washers, they work fantastic. This is what, 16 years old? These seats are so comfortable. I don't think there's going to be an awful lot to do here. It's well insulated from sound from the exterior, remarkably so. I can see why these cars have a big following. Right, initially I'll pull off there. There's some bumps here. Yes, okay. Oh, okay, okay. So another key point to bear in mind that I've noticed on the near side front, there appears to be some knocking. Bush. No, that's not metal. Bush, roll bar link, drop link, something in that area, in that vicinity. Let's see what she can do. I've driven a lot of poor cars. This has the making of a good car. There's some maintenance that is required. Airbag light, knocking, wiper blade, door locks. If you want to go that far, sensors, heated seats are so comfortable. There are those maintenance things that one needs to apply, and there might be a bit more because without going into, I haven't put it in for a full appraisal, so there may be more. There may be more, but instant gut feeling, this car's in a good place. Well, no, let's rephrase that. It could be in a really good place. It's got the basis of a really good car. And if you go the full hog and look at the arches and get those addressed, cost-wise, where would we be? I'd probably budget, depending on the standard of the technician, the rates of your technician that you use. Well, now I would probably budget, if it was my car, £350 to £400 to get her on the road. Oh, no. Oh, stop. Right, everybody's letting me out, and gotta be careful at that junction. Big accident happens in the hot spot. Now I know we're heading back and I'm on my way to the garage, but I wanted to take the opportunity as I'm on the way to the garage. Obviously we're tray plated up, we're insured, etc. To give you a demonstration of the vehicle, driving. I'm trying to think what else I can demonstrate for you really. I can't test the rear heat screen. Oh, rear wiper, does it have a, you can't see this, but the rear wiper, even though the wiper blade is torn, the rear jet washer works as well. Okay, so the knocking on the front, I've just had a thought, the knocking on the front might have pulled the tracking out ever so slightly, which means why this is off centre. But really important, because it's a diesel, I haven't mentioned it, there's no smoke out the back, there's no nasty, when I say nasty, depending on the age, depending how well it's been used and cared. We haven't got black smoke, we haven't got guffs on it, so if we go down a third and then we boot it quite low down, it will push everything through the system, all the carbon stuff that's there, and if it comes out, nothing. If it comes, if you get that, when you get that pull, you know, we could be into EGRs, clocked up DPFs, cats, etc. Such a build up of carbon. You find it in diesel cars that we used to do very short journeys, lower mileage diesel cars that are pretty older, and stuff along those lines. But no, this is a good place. So yeah, she's not without fault, and she is going to cost a little bit of money. And if you're a technician online looking at this, you'll probably be able to solve all of it yourself. This is routine maintenance stuff. And oh, the list keeps growing. squeal coming. It's very, very, it's not intrusive, it's not screaming. I would suspect it's, I mean, I'll get under the bonnet actually. Let's not guess, let's get under the bonnet and have a look. When I do the under the bonnet walk around, so you can have a look at that. Oh, but I'll tell you what, folks, this is dead comfortable. I mean, if this car was right, from a personal standpoint, you take away the business side of it. From the personal standpoint, if I didn't have the Honda Civic, or the van, or the recovery truck, I'd possibly get this all sorted and run it, because it'd be great. It'd absolutely great. Get these carpets washed, like properly washed, with a kind of wetback machine, because that will go a long way. And get some stain remover in there as well, some penetrating fluid in there as well, and that will lift the dog smell out of it. The great thing about this is leather seats and not carpet, so treat the leather and the majority of it will go away, like 99% of it. It's not mega bad, but it's just there. Yeah, those brakes are a bit spongy. Brake fluid, I mean, what is that? We'll have a look, shall we? Yeah, suspect brake fluid. Because if I do this, it angles on the brakes now. Yeah, there's a lot of travel in. There's a lot of travel in that pedal. They do grip. So I suspect. In fact, in all fairness, the customer did tell me it was sat for a while, so I bet some moisture's got in that brake fluid. And gone from there. Now my unit's up there, but I'm going to take it. Let's have a look under the engine bay. Car's running on tick over. Right, what can I tell you about under the engine bay that I can see with the naked eye or hear? You might be able to pick up on camera, you might not be. There is a squeal coming from the auxiliary belt pulleys, one of them, somewhere. That would need investigating. It's not too intrusive, it doesn't sound like it's completely off, but there's a tight little squeal there. And if I had some WD-40 just to test the theory, I would do, but there is a squeal coming from there. In all fairness, I mean, there's not much to see under here. It's not like some of the other cars where you can see a lot in. But what can we have a look at? Down here. Alternator. It's obviously filthy, it's had a farm life. Boot strut works. There's evidence that it's been topped up with oil, which means that people have been looking after it, keeping on top of the oil level, I should imagine. And given the service history I expected a lot more damage around here, on here, but there just isn't, so which is great news. Right, let's take it for a drive. Hi guys, I just want to jump in here. I'm now back at the unit and I realised that I didn't show you the brake fluid change. So I'm now going to cut this into the video because I was just going through some editing and realised that I didn't show you the brake fluid considering the sponginess of the brakes. So I just want to show you that now. Let's have a look. Under here, trying to get this out. Right, so we're going to take this one off. I believe there's a gator in here. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. didn't want to come any further. Yeah. Okay. Oh God, look at that. I don't know if you can see, it's blacker than black. And there's some cloudiness to it, which is the moisture. So yeah, just as I suspected, a brake fluid change would really super help. Look at that. Can you see that? Can you see the moisture and the cloudiness in it? Okay. Let's pop that back there. Take that up. So just changing that brake fluid will make a world of difference. Seems to be a good amount in there though, which is good news. Let's check the disc pads. Let's just have a quick look. We'll show you the arches. Right, this might, hopefully this is enough time. Can I get down here? How about if I do that? Okay, so there appears to be marks. So I'm going to rub my finger over it. This is where the brake pad in the middle. Yeah, there's some scoring on the front brakes. How's the pads? I know it's getting late, guys, but I just want to check the pads. Pads seem okay. Yeah, so right, okay. So that's enough. Right, that's enough. Right, so to get through the MOT on first impressions, right, we have got to look at the brake disc and pads, the brake fluid, the airbag light, the knocking on the near side front. I'm guesstimating bush link. That's for your judgment to make. I think it's fair to say rear wiper blade doesn't really come into the MOT, but it does have to get addressed. And anything else I cannot see whilst on a road test on the side of the road or having a look. So, but the exhaust emissions seem good, so I'm pretty confident. I've got something in my eye. I'm pretty confident that'll come through okay, and the car seems in a really good, be well looked after. So I think 350 to 400 quid, plus you've got those ancillaries, the little bits to make it top marks. So you can see why I want to sell it as a part exchange, because it makes no business sense to me. I think for £450 in, 350 the other side, my math is correct, that's £800. And for an £800, you get yourself a great car. Now, if I was to do it, I can only sell it for £995, so it makes no business sense. It really makes no business sense. And then I'll have to give a warranty on it, and I'm not going to give a warranty on a 200,000 mile vehicle. So you're buying it with all its known and unknown faults. So I hope that helps. Now I'm going to cut this in back to the now showing you the paperwork for the car. But thanks very much. Okay, so what's with the car paperwork rise? I've got the V5 obviously inside, but if we have a look here, we've got the owner's manual. There's one key with the car, and we go through it to see which order. If it's a service book close to the front, usually that's, oh, here we go. Straight off the bat, look at that. Right, first date of first inspection, delivery inspection, 23rd of June 2005.
He's just stamped it up now.
Ballotters. Very, very funny guys. Right, so this is the first owner details. Let's skip that. Owner. Schedule service. Here we go. He says, what's this here for? This is better. Right, so we've got service 1, 2006 at 18,000 miles. Try and do this one-handed. Service 2, 2007 at 35,000 miles. 2008 at 51. So we're up to 8 and we're at 51,000 already when it's 3 years old. At 2009, 4 years old, we're up to 72,000 miles. 2000, and then goes to 2010 at 87, so the mileage starts to come down a little bit. Then we've got 2011 at 102,000 miles. There's no stamp here, Then we're on to an independent 2012 at 111,000 miles. Then we're at 2013 at 121,000 miles. We're at 2014 at 129,000 miles. 2015 at 136,000 miles, so we're 6 years away yet. And then we're at 2016 at 139,000 miles. It's all the same garage, independent in Warminster. And then we've got some manual entries here. 148,000 in 2017. Vehicle's now done 214. Timing belt and water pump. And then 152,000 in 2018. We've got oil filter, air filter, but that looks like it's been entered at a later date. That is my torch. Would you mind ever so nicely, as I've just spent 5 minutes doing this video on the service history of this car, that you politely put my torch down.
I just drove past it.
Oh, that's me.
It was lying down.
That's probably me. I've probably left it and on. Oh, it's covered in oil. Anyway, back to the task in hand.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, dude. Yeah. So where were we? Right. So we're in 2018, last service in the service book. And we're now in 2021, and the customer said it'd been off the road for a while, probably because it MOT expired. So just to recap, I mean, the old stuff's pretty meaningless, but it's good to have it as record. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main dealer services. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 independent, and 7 either really super independent or home mechanic or self done. Previous keeper, I would argue, is probably a home mechanic of some description. Right, so, and then we've got all the bits here. 1 key, as all they're working fantastic. So that brings the video to the close. So just to recap, we've done exterior walk around, interior demonstration, we've done a test drive, we've had a look under the bonnet and gone through the paperwork with the car. Car's going to be this car's going on the marketplace. It's available for yourself to come and collect from Taunton. This is my unit, by the way, my small business, Taunton, Somerset, and it's going to be a cost of £450. Thanks very much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. What else do people put on YouTube? Yeah, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe for future cars that are coming in and appraisals that are going to be given. Thanks for your time all. I hope you found it informative.